You're paying for 4K streaming, you upgraded your TV, you're watching in Ultra HD, but that old Blu-ray from 2012 somehow looks sharper than your premium Netflix subscription. How is a decade-old disc beating a modern streaming service you're paying extra for every single month? Today, I'll explain the streaming quality scam like you're 5 years old. By the end, you'll understand what's actually happening to your picture, how to fix it, and whether paying extra for 4K is worth it or just expensive placebo. Here's the thing nobody tells you about resolution. Resolution is just the size of the painting. 4K means you've got a canvas that's 3,840 pixels wide and 2,160 pixels tall. That's 4 times bigger than regular HD, which sounds amazing. But here's what matters more. Bitrate is the amount of paint you're using to fill in that canvas. Imagine you've got a massive poster board for an art project, but your teacher only gave you one tiny tube of paint. You can technically cover the whole thing, but it's going to look thin and patchy. That's streaming 4K. Using around 16 megabits per second of data. A 4K Blu-ray disc uses over 100 megabits per second. That's 6 times more information painting the exact same picture. When something explodes on screen or someone's walking through a dark hallway, there's just not enough data to draw all those details. You get blocky shadows, mushy movement, and faces that look like someone smeared Vaseline on your screen. The marketing makes it worse with their sneaky language. Every streaming service screams about 4K, HDR, Ultra this, Premium that. But read the fine print and you'll see up to 4K tucked in there like a sketchy disclaimer. That up to phrase is doing a lot of heavy lifting. It means when their servers get busy, like Friday night when everyone's binging the new season, they drop your quality down to save bandwidth. You're still paying for 4K, but you're just not getting it. It's like ordering a large pizza and the delivery driver eats 3 slices on the way. Now check this out. Your internet connection is probably sabotaging you before the stream even starts. Most people run their TV on Wi-Fi because nobody wants to drill holes in walls and run cables. But Wi-Fi is a chaos zone. Your signal bounces off walls, gets interrupted by your microwave, and fights with your neighbor's router. Streaming 4K needs a steady 25 megabits per second minimum. Wi-Fi might give you that for 10 seconds, then drop to 12, spike to 30, then tank to 8 when your roommate starts a Zoom call. The stream has to constantly adjust, and every adjustment drops quality. Here's where it gets messier with your gear. That HDMI cable you're using could be the bottleneck. If it's older than 2016 or came free with something, it probably can't handle the data speed 4K needs. HDMI cables have ratings for different speeds. For 4K at 60 frames per second, you need high speed or better. That's 18 gigabits per second minimum. Older cables max out at way less. You're trying to push a river through a garden hose. The TV is ready, the stream is ready, but the cable just chokes on the data. Your TV settings are probably destroying your picture too. Most TVs ship with vivid mode or dynamic mode turned on because it looks brighter and punchier under fluorescent store lights. At home, it cranks brightness until skin tones look radioactive. It also turns on motion smoothing, which makes movies look like a soap opera filmed on someone's camcorder. Directors hate it. Cinematographers have publicly begged people to turn it off. But it's the default. So millions of people are watching Dune looking like a daytime talk show and wondering why it feels weird. If your TV has filmmaker mode, turn that on. If not, switch to movie mode and turn off anything that says smooth, clear, vivid, or enhancement. Your picture will instantly improve. You're not upgrading hardware. You're just stopping your TV from actively making things worse. This matters because you're paying extra money every month for a feature you might not actually be getting. Premium Netflix is $23 a month. The cheaper plan is $15.49. That's about $90 a year for 4K. If your Wi-Fi is shaky, your TV settings are wrong. Your cable is cheap, and the streaming service is throttling quality during peak hours anyway, you're literally paying for nothing. It's like buying a gym membership and paying extra for the premium locker you never use. Except worse, because at least with the gym, you know you're not going. With streaming, you think you're getting 4K. The app says 4K, your TV says 4K. Everything's lying to you. But here's what you can actually do about it. First, check your subscription tier. Some platforms hide real 4K behind their most expensive plan. Second, hardwire your TV with an Ethernet cable. Run it from your router to your TV. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's ugly. It also works. Your connection will be faster, steadier, and you'll stop losing quality every time your Wi-Fi has a mood swing. Third, replace your HDMI cable if it's old or sketchy. You don't need a $50 gold-plated monster from an overpriced electronics store. A $10 certified high-speed HDMI cable from Amazon works fine. Just make sure it says 18 gigabits per second or HDMI 2.0 on the package. Fourth, fix your TV settings. Turn off motion smoothing. Turn off edge enhancement. Turn off vivid mode. Switch to filmmaker mode or cinema mode. It'll look darker at first because your eyes got used to the cranked up brightness, but give it 10 minutes and you'll never go back. Fifth, test your setup with something you know should look incredible. Planet Earth 2, Dune. Blade Runner 2049. Watch at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, then watch the same scene at 8 p.m. on a Friday. If it looks noticeably worse in the evening, your streaming service is throttling you during peak hours. Here's something most people miss. Even if you do everything right, compressed 4K still can't match physical media. A 4K Blu-ray has consistent quality from start to finish. No server throttling, no Wi-Fi dropouts, no algorithms deciding your internet isn't good enough for the quality you paid for. The bitrate stays at 100 plus megabits per second for the entire movie. That's why explosions actually have detail instead of turning into blocky mush. That's why dark scenes show texture instead of becoming solid black rectangles. Streaming will always compress more because they're trying to serve millions of people at once. Physical media serves one person, you. So here's the verdict. Streaming 4K is worth paying for if you've got a screen bigger than 55 inches, you're sitting less than 8 feet away, and you've actually fixed the technical stuff. Wired connection, decent HDMI cable, correct TV settings. If you're watching on a 43-inch TV from across the room on Wi-Fi, you're wasting money. High bitrate 1080p will look better than compressed fake 4K every single time. And if you really care about picture quality, like you actually notice the difference and it bugs you, physical media still wins. You pay once, you own it forever, and it looks the way the director intended. Streaming is convenient. Blu-ray is better. Pick your priority. The bigger question is whether you even notice. Most people don't. They say they do, but in a blind test, they can't actually tell the difference between good 1080p and compressed 4K. If that's you, save the money. Drop to the cheaper plan. Spend the extra $90 a year on something you'll actually enjoy. But if you do notice, if blocky shadows and mushy action scenes drive you nuts, then yeah, it's worth fixing. You're not crazy. You're not picky. You've just been sold a bigger canvas with half the paint. And now that you know what's happening, you can't unsee it. To recap, resolution is the size of the picture, but bitrate is the quality of the paint filling it in. Streaming 4K uses a fraction of the data a Blu-ray does, which is why it looks worse. Add Wi-Fi instability, cheap cables, terrible default TV settings, and platforms secretly throttling your quality when their servers get busy, and suddenly your premium subscription is a scam hiding in plain sight. The fix is simple, but requires effort. Hardwire your connection, check your cables, fix your settings, and test your stream at different times to catch throttling. It works if you do the work. But if you don't, you're paying extra for a feature you're not receiving. So here's what I want to know. Did you check your setup after watching this? And what did you find? Are you sticking with streaming or switching to physical media for quality? Drop your answer in the comments because I'm curious how many of you have been paying for fake 4K this whole time without realizing it.